Sometimes you don't need a goal in your life. You do not need to know the big picture. All that you need to know is what you're going to do next. Hey, this is me, Nivea, and today I'm going to speak about 3 standalone books of Sophie Kinsella. I generally pick up Sophie Kinsella's book when I want to read a very light and cheerful book. I am going to pick up 3 standalone books of hers and not the Shopaholic series, and I personally liked these 3 books more than the Shopaholic series. What I really like about her writing is that the one-line thread of her book would be very complex or tension-filled, and you will really wonder what would you do if you were in that position. But she makes that book very entertaining in such a way that you just feel like, oh, everything is going to be okay in life, all is well kind of situation. Alright, so what are we waiting for? Let's start with the first book in my list. The first book in my list is Can You Keep a Secret? This book is about a girl named Emma who reveals all her secrets to a stranger when she thinks that she's going to die in the very next moment in a plane during a violent turbulence. Obviously, she and the rest of them in the plane are all safe, and later she meets this guy to whom she has revealed all her secrets to, and that too, he turns out to be the CEO of her company. Now, as I said, this thread line is quite tension-filled. I mean, you can just imagine what would you do if you come across that circumstance wherein, you have revealed all your secrets to a stranger, and that stranger becomes now a known person to you. It's very easy to just spill out the secrets to a stranger, but definitely not to a known person, right? But that's what I said. I mean, this particular author, Sophie Kinsella, just makes it so entertaining, though the subject is very tension-filled. You just laugh a lot. There's so much to actually laugh. It's very hilarious and enjoyable read. And these secrets, whatever Emma reveals, are not secrets that can change the entire world. But definitely those are little embarrassing secrets that can change her world. And definitely we all have such little secrets which are very embarrassing and which we would like to keep it with ourselves. This book is remade into a movie with the same title. I thoroughly enjoyed reading this book. It's a pure entertainment. If you take it as a light read, then definitely you will like the climax, but otherwise you might feel it a bit off. But at the end of the day, this book is going to make you happy. And that's all about it. With that, let's go to the next book on my list. The next book is I've Got Your Number. This book is about a girl named Poppy who lost her engagement ring in a hotel fire drill. And later, in a very few minutes itself, her mobile phone is also stolen. But thankfully, she gets another mobile phone from a trash bin and she keeps it with her. Also, she gives the number of this new mobile phone to the people in the hotel, asking them to contact her if they find her engagement ring. Later, she realizes that this phone is not a personal contact number, rather it's a business number of a girl named Violet, who is a PA of a businessman named Sam. Now, Sam asks her to give back this mobile to him. But then she is reluctant because she has given the number to the hotel people to contact her if they find the engagement ring. And hence, Sam and Poppy comes into an agreement that she can keep this mobile phone with her until she gets back the engagement ring. Plus, she needs to forward all the messages and emails, whatever she gets in this mobile phone, to Sam. So that is basically the storyline of this book. This book is a romantic comedy and I laughed a lot while reading this book. If you have read this book, you would know there is one scene wherein Poppy's fiancé gifts her something. That scene is so hilarious that I laughed a lot. Similarly, there is one scene wherein it's about Sam's father's messages. Again, that was so humorous. There are also a lot of relatable scenes in this book. Like, for example, Poppy's first instant when she lost her phone or when her mobile phone was stolen was to message everyone, her friends and dear ones, that her mobile phone is stolen. And that's when she realizes, oh, she needs a mobile phone to even text it to others. I mean, that's very relatable because every time I don't know where my mobile phone is kept, the first thing that comes into my mind is also to just, ring to that mobile phone. And then I'll be like, oh, I need a mobile phone first to ring. And that's what is actually lost. So it's very relatable. This is the book which I really like the most out of all the 3 books, in fact, because I really laughed a lot. If you want to laugh a lot, if you're okay with having a bit of nonsensible items in a book, then definitely go ahead and pick this book up. It's going to make you feel like life is easy, and that's the beauty of this book. With that, let's go to the next book in my list. The next book is Undomestic Goddess. This book is about a girl named Samantha Sweeting, who is a very workaholic lawyer or attorney. She commits a big mistake in her work and she knows now she's going to lose her job. She goes through a meltdown. She doesn't tell anyone that she committed this mistake. She just gets out of the office and then gets into a train. She doesn't know where she's landing to, but then she later realizes that she has been into a completely new place for her, which she doesn't know, and there's a very beautiful house. She just goes to that house to ask the directions and to have a sip of water, but the house owner thinks that she is a housekeeper, and Samantha doesn't correct it. She thought this is better, like she can just hide here from the rest of the world and she can be safe here because she lost her job. She's going through a meltdown. This is basically where the book starts, and her rest of her life basically is as a housekeeper in this home and not as a lawyer. A lot of things in this book are very predictable, but still you'll not feel like keeping this book away or stop reading it. In fact, you will just not want this book to end because the scenes are so hilarious again. All these 3 books are very easy to read, so I will definitely recommend for beginners as well. And these books are mainly written for young ladies. It's also called as chiclets, basically, that genre. It's like, watching sitcoms. Similarly, it's like reading some wonderful, hilarious books. As these are all standalone books, you can read one out of these 3 books or all the 3 books, up to you, in any order as well. But definitely I would recommend all these 3 books if you want to have a very light read. With that, this is me, Nivea, signing off. Keep reading a lot of books. Happy reading. Bye. Take care.